In the rolling hills of southeast Pennsylvania, there is a horse farm that measures time in terms of passing seasons, the cuttings of hay, the arrival of new foals, the beginning and end of the breeding season. Within the cycle of change, this farm seeks to provide a permanent and lasting legacy, one that will fill the heart and thrill the spirit. Welcome to Iron Spring Farm. Iron Spring Farm has a vision and passion for horses and excellence that has been widely acknowledged for nearly 30 years. Today, Iron Spring Farm has a team of dedicated professionals who consider themselves stewards of the land and of the horses. They don't attempt to force things into a rigid mold. Instead, they guide in a particular direction with remarkable results. In the end, science, experience, instinct, and nature work hand in hand at Iron Spring Farm to develop the best horses possible. The mission of Iron Spring Farm has always been to offer exceptional stallions to breeders in North America that want the opportunity to produce world-class horses, and to breed horses for competitors who want to train and ride a horse with the potential to take them as far as they want to go. Horses that leave Iron Spring Farm aren't just products of excellent bloodlines and careful breeding. They're a part of a community effort that requires each person's contribution at the farm. They're the product of a culture that revolves around them and their well-being. Iron Spring Farm has found that truly dedicated people nurture and raise outstanding horses. Over the years, Iron Spring Farm has imported many impressive sport horse stallions from Europe, all of them meeting strict guidelines. They must have individual talent, beauty, athletic ability, and a kind heart. Until recently, most of the horses that were imported by the farm were Dutch warmbloods, like the horse you see here. But when they encountered the Friesian firsthand, everyone knew things were about to change. It didn't take long before the Iron Spring Farm stallion roster began to include Friesians. The special quality of the Dutch Friesian is their manageability in any situation. They're gentle, intelligent, and a wonderful partner whether in competition or on a pleasure ride. Because Friesians are so gentle, in most cases, any level rider can handle them. This is a breed that is suitable for many activities and disciplines. They do well in dressage, driving, and saddle seat competitions, as well as being an excellent choice for the rider who wants an exceptional pleasure horse. Friesians are fun and impressive to ride in demonstrations, costume classes, parades, and competitions. And Friesians are often used in movies because of their exceptional personalities and dramatic looks. You can see them in Lady Hawk and Braveheart, adding their magical flair. Riding a Friesian is relaxing. When it's time to work, the horse knows it and will get the job done easily. When it's time to play, the focus changes to an enjoyable ride with a favorite companion. The Friesian is a horse you can develop a relationship with, whether it's for competition or for personal enjoyment. The Dutch Friesian is a breed that constantly strives to improve itself through measurable criteria. Annually, judges from the Netherlands come to inspect the best Dutch Friesians, and each are given a grade based on conformation and movement. This inspection, or curing, ensures that the most desirable characteristics of the breed are passed forward.
Mali of winter spring, well, this is a good one. The conformation is good, and the development is good enough. Maybe he could have a little bit more arcful neck. He's a little bit straight in the neck and in the crest a little bit more. But the legs are good, the walk is very good, and the trot, beautiful, good balance. Maybe a little bit more powerful backhand, but he's so good in balance that we give him the first premium.
This level of judging identifies horses that have the top breeding and showing qualities. All approved stallions and mares are tested and their offspring are evaluated. Many fine horses may not meet the rigorous standards set for breeding stock and still be fantastic partners for pleasure riding and competition. Two Iron Spring Farm stallions were recently invited to Holland to perform at the 125th anniversary celebration of the Friesian Studbook. It was a prestigious event where Heinze 354 and Goffert 369 performed musical freestyles during the gala evening celebration 125 years of Friesian breeding. It was an honor to be invited to Holland for this special event. The invitation to perform was both recognition of the quality of the Iron Spring Farm stallions and acknowledgement of the contribution that Iron Spring is making in bringing the Friesian to the sport of dressage. Grand Prix rider Belinda Nairn Wertman says Goffert is treated like a rock star in Europe because he's the only approved Friesian stallion in the world that competes at this level. Grand Prix is the level of dressage that is ridden in Olympic competition. Iron Spring Farm has always been visionary in promoting sport horse breeds and sees the potential for advancing a sport or breed long before others recognize the benefits. Then they commit to proving out their vision and making it a reality. The total commitment to these goals is Iron Spring Farm's greatest contribution to the sport of dressage, and today to the Friesian breed. The performance showcased both stallions' international level dressage talent. The sold-out crowd of over 7,000 people rose to their feet, clapping and shouting, acknowledging the exceptional performance by the stallions of Iron Spring Farm. Having the Friesian Registry recognize Iron Spring Farm's efforts on behalf of the breed was very fulfilling.
Where they were born. We know that you are very fond of ours, but also still a bit.
Over the years, Iron Spring Farm has developed an extended family of breeders and owners across North America and the world. Hundreds of clients have developed into lasting relationships, and they often continue to work together long after the initial sale or breeding contract is over.
Iron Spring Farm is a family farm in the true sense of the word. Iron Spring itself has been here for almost 3 decades. The land that the farm is on at this time was a farm before Iron Spring Farm became an entity here. So when you talk about Friesians or any other horse that's here at the farm, you end up with the whole farm behind you. You don't just end up with a single breeding and you never hear from us again. We've spent, again, almost 3 decades refining, distilling these genetics to the point where we can offer these horses to anybody that wants them. It's a desirable situation. We've looked for temperament in these horses. We've looked for athleticism. We've looked for rideability. Part of our nutritional program here at the farm, which again is a direct benefit to other people that breed horses, is our prescription for feeding our horses. What we do is we weigh our sucklings every week. We weigh our weanlings every 2 weeks to 2 times to 3 times a month to see how they're maintaining their weight. One of the things we've discovered here at Iron Spring Farm is that you need to feed a horse to its growth potential. We firmly believe here that by weighing our horses and assigning them a body condition score as well as a height on a sequential basis, we're going to be able to decide where that horse might end up as far as its potential height and its potential growth rate. We feed to that growth rate. We feed to that potential that the horse is going to fulfill rather than deprive them at it. If you're going to have a horse that's 16 hands, 17 hands, then you need to feed him like an athlete that's going to be that size eventually. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot deprive this horse of the minerals, of the protein density that it needs in its ration to achieve its potential. If you don't feed them that, they're going to be minimally nutritionalized. They're going to be at a minimal basis for skeletal structure, and they'll be at a minimal basis for their muscular and their tendon growth. You don't want that in an athlete. You want to maximize everything you can do, and that's what we do here at Iron Spring Farm by scientific processes, by data that you can wrap your head around, and then you can assign a prescription for feeding your horse's ration. What we need to discuss at Iron Spring Farm is the fact that we deal in artificial insemination. That's our total breeding program. Artificial insemination is basically taking an age-old natural process, extracting the product internationally or nationally. There's a number of conveniences with artificial insemination. For example, cool transported. You can be anywhere in the United States, and if FedEx can reach you, we can reach you with one of our stallions. All you need to do is keep an eye on your mare, see if she's ready to receive one of our stallions, and coordinate it with your veterinarian or with us. We'll talk you through that program, and we will ship you our stallion in a container. It's state-of-the-art. You can look in our lab, you can see our centrifuge, you can see our incubators, our microscope, our cell freezer, our densimeter, which basically will tell you how many sperm cells there are per milliliter of our product.
Sharing challenges and successes is what makes these relationships grow. The message that a mare is in foal, an email with a picture to share, a birth announcement, or a performance win are all victories shared with the team and considered a mutual triumph.
Something to remember is breeding is a long-term process. It'll take you a good 2 to 3 years to find out if your breeding program is fulfilling your expectations. It takes patience, it takes foresight. You need to be in it for the long haul. That being said, when you visit our farm and you see our trophies, or you visit anyone's farm and see their trophies, their ribbons, the pictures of their horses, accomplishing things, accomplishing victories, even being in the running and competing against horses at an upper level, they signify a journey. They don't just signify that one victory, that one snapshot in time. When you look at these pictures and you look at these ribbons, you're not just looking at the horse at that moment, you're looking at a progression. You're looking at a developing horse. You're looking at effort, a culture, and a community that's built around that sort of accomplishment. And more importantly, you need to enjoy these horses. That's worth the journey.
Iron Spring Farm has been dedicated to dressage for 30 years. Those years have been filled with love and caring for their equine friends. While building a successful business, the people of Iron Spring Farm are fulfilling their own dream of living and working with horses, and it shows in everything they do. For the horses, for their clients, and for the audience watching them perform in the ring. makes it possible is a very simple philosophy. Whether you're riding for pleasure or competition, in a field or a Grand Prix arena, your time together should be fun and rewarding as you enjoy the special bond that exists between horse and human. Iron Spring Farm invites everyone interested in learning more about the Dutch Friesian to contact them through their website and learn more about the lasting legacy they're creating with these exceptional horses.